Hi, I want to share with you how I will be networking my practicum about how the interactions of those around me will support and encourage my work over this year. I like the analogy of a loom and of um, our supports being woven in and out and becoming the support for myself as the student. It reminds me of Te Whatu Pōkeka, the baby's blanket that wraps around a child. And in early childhood, we talk a lot about Te Whatu Pōkeka as being a way of, or a framework of looking deeper at a child and understanding and learning about their ways of knowing and their ways of being and doing and what's important in their growth and development. And I can see how this loom, the warp and the weft, and how the weaver works within that to create something like the whatu pōkeka that wraps around. So very, very similar, and I kind of quite like linking those analogies together for myself. When I think of myself as a weaver or as a student, I'm really aware that I'm not out there on my own, as much as it can feel like that sometimes. I'm really fortunate. There's 4 of us all together in our workplace office that can support each other, although we are not all of the same endorsement. Plus, last year we set up some email links within the ASD endorsement, and that's proved to be really valuable as a place to keep contacting each other and to ask specific questions and to get a bit of extra support and ideas and resources. So these sorts of catch-ups, these sorts of links are really important to me. I have to admit that the forums and the general forums I struggle more with, and I perhaps overthink some of the things that I want to share on there, so it tends to be a bit more challenging for me. But that's one of the things that I really will be trying to work on this year as well. The weft and the warp, those things that interweave our endorsement coordinators, field advisors, the other practitioners, the peers, those people that link are so important. And for me, one that stands out is an early childhood teacher who's both a manager and curriculum support to her centres. We meet regularly in my role and my work as a mentor, and I really value her expert knowledge in curriculum, and the challenges she brings me and the things I can learn from her for my practice. And so I'm really looking forward to digging a bit deeper and to continuing to interact with her over this time as well, especially around implementing Te Whatu Pōkeka and maybe looking at how perhaps we need to be using that a little bit more in learning support and in our work, and what things it might link into. The warp, of course, is that wider group. I belong to a big office, and so there are a lot of early intervention teachers, education psychologists, speech therapists, kaitaka wāinga. Those people are in there across the desk basically, and I'm able to contact them for support and guidance over the time, and they are really, really valuable support. Plus, I'm also part of a fairly new team, but a very multicultural team, and so there's different perspectives, and as we're learning and growing as a team, we're trying to share our knowledge and our heart with each other as well, and who we are. The loom, that wider framework, of course, is that whole practicum coordination, and I know that it's just great resource out there. Plus, for me, I guess the real crux of it is around life and work balance, and I've thought a lot about maintaining health and well-being, and that's already been a challenge for me this year. My family and friends, my church and faith support become that wider framework that I need, and I know is out there to give me the support that I need to continue in the job ahead. Plus, my service manager is also an education psychologist, and I think that's actually a real key to my day-to-day work and practice as well. So here's my framework. I hope that it's easily understandable. I've enjoyed being able to talk it through rather than to try and write it all down, and to share it with you in this way.